It's got to be a no-brainer today, isn't it, really? There you go. Right, let's cook. And first up is a very familiar face to Saturday Kitchen. Please welcome back Mr. Mark Sargent.
Hello,
no
sir.
comment on my jumper.
It's very nice. It brings out your eyes.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's my pleasure. Right, yes, so
what are we cooking?
A really nice quick paella. Now, this is by no means authentic, so don't start on me, because I know what you like about authenticity.
No, well, I'm not really. I was in Valencia.
Here we go.
Yeah, I know, yeah. That's
Are
what
you
I mean,
an
straight
authority
away.
on paella?
I was in Valencia earlier this year, and they... and I learned how to make the proper one, but they also make that with meat, but it's the type of rice that they use as well.
Absolutely, and it's, I mean, I'm just using a plain sort of basmati rice here, because the point of this, it's a few things that you can just knock together, you know, for an evening supper, an evening meal, and just, you know, things that you could possibly have in your fridge anyway, or your cupboards, apart from maybe the hot smoked salmon, but... So we're just going to start with some onion.
You can tell you live in London if you got hot smoked salmon in your fridge.
I don't live in London,
Oh,
James.
you live
there.
down...
I live I'm fully country now.
Oh, you're fully country?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you could slice that, this is a really nice kind of semi-cooked chorizo, so it's kind of in between, it's hot, sort of semi-cured. It still has that lovely sort of smoked paprika flavour.
But it's the picanto. Whenever you buy in sort of this type of sausage, it's the picanto, meaning it's spicy. That's the good one.
Absolutely. And what we want from there, apart from the, you know, the lovely flavour, is that oil that's in there, the, sort of the fat from the pork fat and the paprika that's in there to give a really lovely colour to this. Right. So we'll get our onions just sliced, very simply. Now, this is, obviously, as you mentioned very kindly earlier, James, a recipe from my first ever cookery book. You're probably on about 40 by now, aren't you?
But easy now.
This is, I did a few with Gordon Ramsay,
I've seen the front cover.
Yeah. What do you think? Airbrushed enough for you?
No, you look like a Chechen rebel.
That was the look I was going for, you see.
You've got that rugged look.
Scare people off.
You got that in between that and the anthill mob. You know?
Are you referring to my new facial hair, James?
Yeah.
OK, right. Put all that in there, please. OK, right. Yeah. So basically, we want to sweat those onions down, just get them going, really, and then we'll add this chorizo. Now, what we want to do from this is sort of cook it out really nicely to get all that sort of lovely oil and things like that. I'll just wash my hands as well. And...
so the idea is you just get in the oil, so we put a little bit of oil in there to start with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
You could do it the other way around. You could put the chorizo in first, but if I do that if I've got the hard, fully cured chorizo, because it takes longer and needs more cooking. So we just stir that round. While I remember, James, I don't normally like to do this, but I'd just like to say congratulations to my cousin Sarah and her husband Ian, who got married yesterday. Never done that before in my life, but there you go.
I thought we were going back to going live, eh?
No, congratulations. No, that's fine, no. Congratulations to James on his jumper. I'm sure you'll both be very happy together.
Yeah.
Right, there you go.
So,
OK, so that's in there.
Do you want to say hi to
business?
anybody?
I would like to, actually. Well, now we're on that one. Go for it.
So I've got this in here, coming down nicely. You can just see the colour starting to come out of there now. I'll add just a touch more oil, turn that heat up slightly. And we've got some other flavourings to go in here. Just to give it a boost, we've got this lovely smoked paprika.
Now, you get smoked and sweet.
Absolutely, but this is smoked, and that's very important.
Authority on this,
like any spice, you know, you put
tell you about that as well if you want.
It's good.
Can you go on then?
It comes in a can.
That's tin.
It's a little tin. It's Spanish, and they hot smoke some of the chili peppers. They dry them out and then make a nice sort of powder out. It's very, very good with chicken as well.
Absolutely.
If you just drizzle it over with chicken with lemon, chuck lemon and roast it.
Yum.
Talking of lemon, that's perfectly moved on to there. Could you zest me that lemon that's there, please? Yeah. So you see now I've got this really lovely colour in there.
Yep.
If you could just do it on the board for now, James, and I'll go in there afterwards. Thank you. Just to finish it off. We'll add our rice now. Now, with all rice dishes, we're going to cook this sort of reasonably similar to a risotto, actually. You want to sort of just lightly toast it off and sort of break that outside husk almost.
Now, you're not using paella rice with this, are you?
I'm not, no. Again, that's, like I say, this isn't... The idea is of a paella, but without all the kind of specialist ingredients. This is really something I just want people to be able to go out to any normal shop and buy and have for dinner tonight, maybe.
Because the traditional one is bomba.
Bomba rice.
I learnt that, yeah.
And that's more like a risotto rice, is it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bomba rice is a little grain, short, sort of stumpy little grain, but it's kind of like, looks like pudding rice, or basically like risotto rice. It's very good.
Could you just chop me some parsley? And I'm not adding any salt into here, because obviously the sausage is very, very salty because it's cured.
Yeah.
So we can always add a touch of salt at the end if we need to.
Because the last time you were on here, you actually made some, didn't you?
I did, yes. And this is it. No, it's not it.
Yeah.
No, but didn't Jose Pizarro then break it in half?
Yeah. Because in between that and now, you've got this restaurant down in Folkestone.
I have, yeah. That's going really well. Thanks for bringing that up again, James. You're like my publicist. It's fantastic. No, Rock Salt and the Smokehouse, our chippy, they're just both doing really fantastically well, actually, to be honest with you. And couldn't have asked for a better start. We've been full since we've opened, which is great, and it just cost me a fortune to put my family in there. But no, it's really exciting. And also with the canteen as well, we've got just opened up a new pop-up in Covent Garden. It's been open for a few weeks now, so that's only open till Christmas, I think.
Fantastic.
So that's going to be a good one to see.
Right, remember, if you'd like to ask a question in the show, then call this number. That's 08716 41 41 41. Calls, remember, cost 10p a minute from BT Landline. Mobiles and other networks may vary, and a few of you to put your questions to us live a little later on. Don't forget you find Mark recipe, along with all the other studio recipes, on bbc.co.uk/Saturday Kitchen.
Well done, sir.
There you go.
My rice is just about on the point of being cooked now.
Right, you've got, what's that stock you've got in there? Chicken stock?
Just plain chicken stock. You can use fish if you want to, because we've got smoked salmon, but I find it's too fishy. I mean, to be honest with you, if you don't have these stocks and you can't find them, water is absolutely fine, because you've got so much flavour in the sausage.
But paella, when you have it, it's kind of a mix and match. A lot of times we've got rabbit in there.
Yeah.
You know, most of the paella that I tried in Spain has got snail in it as well. They put a lot of snails in it.
Yeah. It's just.
You haven't got a clue what else is in it, but I think they just
rabbit and snail.
Yeah, they put everything in the kitchen sink in it as well.
That worries me.
Like all good things that come in cooking, it's a peasant dish, really. And that's how it all sort of started. And I suppose they just went out and found their snails in the garden, and off they went.
Yeah, and it varies from where you are in Spain. It can vary. If you're near the coast, obviously more fish inland, you've got more meat.
So I like, this is quite a rich dish, so we've got like the richness of the sausage, and it's got a lot of earthy flavour, especially with the parsley. Yeah. So just to give it a lift, squeeze in some lemon juice.
Do you want another one?
Yeah, please. And then we finish it off with these lovely peppers, which obviously you buy. I mean, you know, they're smoked, they're sweet peppers, and you just buy them in a jar, just slice those up.
There's no need to cover that while it's cooking, is it?
I don't know, because I haven't added all the rice in there, and I tend to cook it a little bit more like a risotto, so you can keep an eye on it, but not small amounts of stock. I'll add half first, give it a good boil, and then add the rest if we need to. Yeah. Thanks, James. Lovely.
I'll break this up for you.
Yeah.
So now, this is hot smoked salmon. So
yeah, and larger flakes as possible if you can. Yep. Yeah, hot smoked salmon, as you know, is very, very different to cold smoking, so much of the fact that it's actually cooked all the way through, and it has a very different texture. But because it's cooked, I don't want to sort of really ruin it and sort of stir it through here. So what I tend to do is get my paella to the stage now, where it's completely ready, beautifully cooked. Just add a touch more stock just to loosen that up a bit. And then just literally flake that over the top of the paella.
Right.
And then take it to the table in this. So it's a real kind of, you know, family meal. Just blonk it in the middle of the table.
It's something that's available quite a lot now, this hot smoking, isn't it, really? It used to be sort of just smoked salmon. It's different texture, but...
Yeah, and that's actually, you know what, if you can't find that, this works really well with hot smoked mackerel, quite strong, but with some lovely sort of trout fillets or anything like that you can find in your sort of local fishmonger or supermarkets. And I'll just have a little taste of that before we... Very good. Well done, me. And we'll flake some of this over the top. Now, this is really where, you know, if you were going to serve this up, portion it up, you would sort of gently fold that through. But as I said, we're just going to put these nice pieces of flaked salmon on the top, and then finish it with a lovely crack of pepper and some extra olive oil on top. Spanish olive oil, if you can get it, obviously. Otherwise, anything's fine.
Yeah.
And then a nice...
Greek olive oil as well.
Yeah. Very, very traditional in paellas, that Greek olive oil.
Yeah.
No,
but
no, Greek olive oil is one of the best.
Everybody just keeps talking about Italian olive oil.
No,
I think the Greek and Crete olive oil is amazing.
Cretan, apparently they have more olive trees there than human beings, and it's amazing. Right, so finish that off there. I've made a bit of a mess there, haven't I? I've not been in the kitchen for a while. Right, so there you go.
So remind us what that is again?
Really, I think quite simple and easy. Paella, quick paella with chorizo and hot smoked salmon.
Easy as that. There you go. You've got to bring this across.
Yep. Hob to table thing.
Right.
I
will dish up. There you go.
Yum.
So I'll dish up and you get to dive into this. So, Emmet, there you go. You have one.
Thank you. OK, well, should I pass them down?
No, don't worry. You just, it's every man for himself
Just
in
be
this
selfish
place.
and eat my own.
Exactly. There you go,
Wouldn't
sir.
you normally
Thank you.
say, James, that was for one, and it's a Yorkshire?
Yeah, this is mine. I'm leaving the dish left.
Can I start?
There you go.
Yeah,
Dive
go
in.
for it.
Dive in.
Gonna be-
There you go.
Oh, it's delicious.
What do you rate to that? The salmon and the sausage, I think, well...
Perfect. Thank you.
You say
You
you,
know
could
what?
put that sausage with rabbit as well. Chicken would work.
Yeah, I mean,
very well with
I
that
was
as
going to put some, clams in there, but you unfortunately can't eat shellfish.
I'm
can you?
allergic to shellfish, but you know
Yeah.
what? What I love is because I don't normally put sort of meat and fish. It's that thing of being quite... and chicken stock.
Yeah.
But actually, it tastes...
Oh, I
This
always
is
use chicken
delicious.
stock with fish. It just brings out the flavour. Any fish
it?
sauces, fish veloutés, I will always use the chicken stock, a light chicken stock.
Because then it's not so fishy. It's more risotto.
well. I'll leave these lot to gossip.
Yeah,
Well,
sorry.
we need some wine to go with this. We sent our wine expert Susie Barry to Surrey this week, so what did you choose to go with Mark's marvellous quick paella?
This week I'm in Guildford in the grounds of the historic castle, but it's time to hit the shops and find some great wines to go with this morning's recipes. Mark's paella with hot smoked salmon is a beautifully simple Spanish dish with lots of bold flavours. A bright, refreshing Sauvignon, such as this from New Zealand, would be lovely with the salmon, but slightly overwhelmed by the chorizo. Equally, if I was to choose a red, I would need to find something really soft and juicy so that it wouldn't clash with the spice or overpower the salmon. So, I'm sorry, James, but the right wine for this dish is rosé, and particularly Spanish rosé. And so I'm going to choose the finest Navarra rosé, which is vibrant and fruity and an ideal match for Mark's take on paella. Navarra is the region right next door to Rioja, and what's great about Navarra rosé is that it manages to be ripe and fruity as well as refreshing. So it's a style that works extremely well with slightly spicy dishes. Oh, look at that lovely colour. And you smell it, it's like a basket of red cherries. Now there's a touch of fruit sweetness here, which will offset the spicy paprika and the chorizo. It's also got fresh acidity to cut through the richness of the salmon, and then there's just enough weight to cope with the rice, the stock, and all the different elements in the dish without overwhelming any of the individual flavours. Mark, this is my favourite type of dish. Easy to prepare and delicious to eat. And here's a simple and satisfying wine to drink with it.
Brave, I tell you what, giving me rosé. What do you reckon?
I love Susie's choices usually. I hate people when they say they don't agree with them. It's a bit too sweet for me. I like a rosé to be sort of much more crisp, and I think that would be better with that. Sorry.
I've not actually tasted one that I actually like, but I don't like this one either.
In
I keep
rosés in
trying them.
general?
And do you know what? I'm not really... Well, my husband says I'm a really cheap date. I have no taste in wine at all. But I love... If I'm going to drink wine, I love rosé, and I love this because it's so
£7,
sweet.
you are cheap. There you go. What do you reckon?
I love
Like
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a ladies'
Dalton,
drink.
what do you
It's a
reckon?
ladies' drink, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
not one of our sort of...
See, I
beefy
love
drinks,
this.
is
Don't
it?
look at me,
Very
I'm not
happy
going to
with
say
that.
anything. But what do you rate to the food?
The food is lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. I wouldn't mind that for breakfast.
No, I could eat this for
Kind of
breakfast.
like kedgeree, like you were saying while that was
Yeah, it's a
playing.
mixture between the two, really,
Yeah,
to be honest.
very, very good.
Really good.
There you go. Now you can join us here at the Chef Table sometime in the series. All you have to do is write to us with your name, address, and most importantly, a daytime phone number. Our address is Saturday Kitchen, PO Box 31888,